Hey guys, Captain JJ Batella with Destin's Ultimate Guide Service here with your favorite Florida fishing report brought to you by Get the Coast. This week we will get you up to date with everything that's been going on out there on the water, fill you in on what's biting, as well as teach you how to be more effective with your cast net to help you get those perfect baits for the job at hand. But first things first, last week I promised you guys a free fishing charter with me for sharing our fishing report, and now it's time for me to deliver. Let's see here. Captain BJ Teams on the charter boat Makira has been bugging me all week to announce the winner. Unfortunately, Captain BJ, it wasn't you. It looks like our lucky winner this week is our 25th share, none other than Zach Petronas. Congratulations, my friend. Make sure to get those arms ready for battle before we go, because you're going to need them. And don't worry, Captain BJ, you and Landon are welcome anytime. I'm just a phone call away. Now that we've taken care of business, let's see what's been happening out on the water, not fishing related. Wait, what's that? It's a bird? It's a plane? It's a cat? This week, my good buddy, Captain Jordan Smith of Let's Fish Destin Charters, rescued a cat that appeared to be thrown from the Destin Bridge into the water. Seriously, what kind of madman would do such a thing? If you have any idea who might have done this, please report them to the proper authorities so that we can show them what it's like to be thrown from a bridge in return. Pretty work, Captain Jordan, on your rescue, and congrats on your new pet. I guess some good things in life truly do fall into your lap. No pun intended. In other news, 4 people struck a channel marker recently just off of Crab Island while boating at night. One of them, a 24-year-old man from Niceville, was fatally wounded from the incident. I happen to know exactly which channel marker it was that they hit, as I pass by it every morning before daylight on my way to pick up my customers for the day. This channel marker was not lighted and very difficult to see for anyone operating a vessel at night, as many unlighted markers are in our bay. I guess my next question is, are we really putting our tax dollars where they need to go? Or is a giant advertising barge that clogs up an already congested waterway more important than making channel markers identifiable at night for boaters to travel safely through the Choctawhatchee Bay? All I'm saying is, we can do better. Another viral video taking over the internet this week is a group of guys dragging a shark at high speed behind their center console. Upon further investigation, reporters found that these Florida natives have a history of abusing some of our most beautiful wildlife and obviously have no respect for nature or the animals that live in it. I am fully confident now that they have been exposed, that they will be dealt with accordingly. I personally hope that these idiots get everything that's coming to them. This summer has been crazy busy for all of us who work out there on the Destin Harbor. I know we're all extremely tired, but it's important to remember to untie your boat before you head out to prevent things like this from happening. Now, let's move on to the fishing. Let's talk bay fishing first. It seems the trout and redfish are starting to fire up a bit better, as I've seen a few of our guides this week do extremely well on both. Live bait seems to be the ticket. Most guys are using greenies, croakers, spot minnows, and herring, and other small baits to get the job done. I generally use 12 to 15 pound main line with about a 2-foot, 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon leader. When on the flats, weightless is usually key. I'll use a 1 to 2 ounce lead in front of the swivel, also known as a Carolina rig, when fishing around docks for keeper reds. The mangrove snapper bite in the bay has also gotten better recently. Shrimp or small greenies and herring are great baits to have in the arsenal. Spanish mackerel, bluefish, and ladyfish are also abundant these days in the bay. Heavy mono leader or light steel is key to use when fishing for these bad boys, as their teeth are no joke. Find a good ledge just off a grass flat, and with a few baits to chum, you can get the whole gang fired up right behind the boat. Inshore, the cobia have shown up quite thick since their spawn to the west of us in late April. Lots of young fish are hanging around wrecks and fads, and every now and then a few fat ones too. Hopefully it's a sign of good things to come in our future, and with the possible length change to 38 inches being proposed in the near future, these fish may have a chance to make a comeback, as we all know they can. The kings and Spanish have been on fire lately, especially on the incoming tide. When the prettier water pushes closer to the beach, that's where they are usually found. Tide lines, natural bottom, and fads are always a great place to start trolling live baits for lures. I've been noticing a better bite down deep on north winds, so getting your live bait beneath the surface can be critical to your success. A lead line or a downrigger are always good to have. Red snappers have closed in federal waters for our federal charter boats, but remain open in state waters and for recreational fishermen in federal waters on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays until September. Also, there's talk of a state water triggerfish season opening in September. I'll be keeping my oven warm just in case. The amberjacks have still been my go-to backup plan on my charters, as a couple of these reef donkeys will make any fisherman who appreciates a great battle a happy angler. Well, most of them.
Reel, reel, reel.
Reel, get that rod bent. Oh my God, you did not just pass it off and went walking for the shade. Oh, he's throwing up. He's throwing up over there. The key is to get them fired up and keep them fired up. Fast baits that move quickly with a 10-foot plus mono leader are critical when jack fishing. Hardtails, pinfish, and spot minnows are my go-to choice baits. There have been several schools of big redfish cruising the beach still, as well as many being caught around the jetties and the bridge on the outgoing tide. As we get closer to the beginning of their spawn, it should only get better from here through September or October. These fish tend to school better during the cooler months and spread out more in the summer when it's hot and bait is plentiful. Moving offshore, I've been hearing of the yellowfin tuna bite getting much better around the rigs. Most guys are chunking with smaller tunas around the rigs or trolling lures and ballyhoos to get the job done. Topwater plugs are also one of my favorite ways to get a bite if they are near the surface. Still seeing several wahoo hitting the docks, but not so much on the mahi-mahis this year. It just seems to be a slow year for them. I haven't had time to get out to the pretty blue water lately, but there's a lot of guys that seem to be catching blue marlins. I have heard of boats hooking as many as 5 in a few days of fishing. I'm not sure how much the rain we've been having lately has affected the pretty water out there, but it tends to push the cleaner water further from the beach, as flooded river water will push off the beach on the outgoing tides. Live baiting around the rigs with a bridled live bait is always a great way to find an early morning or late evening blue on the prow for a meal. Trolling lures around rigs and big tidal rips or grass lines is also an effective way to catch them. This week we would like to give a huge shout out to local captain Jeff Schultz and crew on their boat the Molly in the big Triple Crown victory recently. These guys kept after it all season and fished as hard as anyone, and it paid off. Pretty work, gentlemen. Way to hold it down for the home team. Now that we've covered all you need to know about what's happening as far as the fishing here in Destin, we're going to take it a step further this week and teach you how to become better at filling your live well up with the right baits for the job at hand. That's right, the cast net. The same thing that can take you from a zero to a hero when all the bait stores are sold out. Take a peek at this week's video tip of the week.
I'm going to teach you guys how to throw your cast net today. Try to get you some of those good baits. What I have here is a custom built 1/2-inch mesh Caesar net from Ships Chandler. They're pretty expensive. They do make cheaper ones, but this is a solid net right here. The main thing is to make sure your net's not tangled before you throw it. The best way to do that, I like to do, grab your bullhorn, get it up past your lines, take you about a full arm's length, pull the rest to you. Of course, I've already tangled it on my deck. Get it off there. So I'll pull it up and I'll just check my net. So I'll start with the left side, kind of give me a little bit, throw it over, take a little bit at a time. Just make sure none of these weights at the bottom are tangled, and that everything's going to come out good when I throw it. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so now we're going to try to throw on some baits. Now there's not a lot of bait right here right now. It's the middle of the day. We're in the back of Joe's Bayou. But I want to show you how to load it and set up and catch your bait. You know, if you're by yourself on your boat, this is how I do it. The key is to make sure that the wind's behind you. It's always easier to throw with the wind at your back. So the wind's coming out of the north-northeast. I'm going to come at this dock at the north, or from the north, excuse me. And I kind of get that wind in my favor. And what I like to do is, if I'm driving the boat, I'll go ahead and set up my net, you know, about at least halfway loaded. And what I mean by that is, just like we did to make sure the net was clear, we got the bullhorn past the lines. Take your 1 arm's length, left hand right here, take your right hand and grab that. Now you got this left over. You're going to do it one more time. 1 more arm's length, about that much, just where you have enough feel in those weights, and grab it again. So it looks like this. Okay, now this is what we call a half load. I'm going to take it on the left side of the net and give me a big old scoop of weights like this. I'm going to take it around my elbow and then over my shoulder. Okay, so this is a half half load for the net. Only got one more step before I can throw it. So what I'm gonna do is, I see my baits, they're all working around that dock over there. Let's just pretend for a second. Got the wind in my favor. So I'm gonna put the boat in drive, get my momentum going. And with that 225 Yamaha behind me, it's pretty quiet, so I don't have to worry too much about spooking the baits as long as they haven't been thrown on all morning already. I'll get my momentum going. And once I do, we're getting a little closer, you know, I'll kind of eyeball it just to make sure I got enough speed to get to the baits, but I don't want to get too close to them and clunk that motor and spook them. So my momentum's going, put it in neutral. Now the rest of the way to load this net is you're going to come right here and grab these inside leads right here. I got a little tangle, make sure that's good. Take this right here, throw it over your shoulder, and keep going. See, I'm just using the palm of my hand to keep these weights over my shoulder. Drop it into your elbow right there, and grab what you just threw over your shoulder. Roll that lead. If you can see, it's in my pinky right here. I'm gonna grab that. That's gonna be the last thing that comes out of my hand is that pinky, what it's holding right here. So now I got my shot at the baits. See my baits right here. Now the thing is you got to get this weight net behind you. It's all about your momentum. It's real important on how you throw this thing. Some people like to spin to throw it all the way, big 360. I don't recommend that. I've fallen off the boat doing that before. So however you want to do it. My best way is to get this weight behind you. You know, some people go too quick, too fast. You don't want to go too fast. So you just want to get it behind you and throw it. It's really quite simple. You know, it's going to take some getting used to. Once you throw the net, I'll come back here and put it in reverse. Give it a little gas, get my momentum going backwards. Pop it in neutral, and just kind of keep your net low. Excuse me. I'm just dragging it across the bottom, closing it, making sure none of those baits get out. Okay, this is a pretty fast sinking net, so it's good for catching big baits, you know, spot minnows and croakers. I'm just gonna pull it up to the boat. Probably don't have much. I'm terrible at catching bait. Not really. Oh, look at there. Oh my goodness. Well, seems we found some mullet. Anybody hungry? So you can see, I didn't even know they were there. But this net sinks pretty quick, big enough to even catch a big mullet. I'm gonna let these little guys go. Maybe. They don't tangle me up too bad. So we'll pull that bullhorn, let our net fall back to normal, and then we're just gonna let these guys go. Nice mullet right there. Make a good fish fry. All right, my friends. Sorry you had to be our victims for the day. Amberjacks, king mackerels, grouper. Ain't nuts, they won't eat those. Oh, we got one more. Fishing. That's a big old mullet right there. See you later. Well guys, that's about it for us. I hope our showing you how to throw the net is going to help you get those baits you need to get the job done and help you out with some better fishing.
Something we like to start doing on our show is give you guys, the viewers, a chance to send us your picks, and each week we will pick a fishing pick of the week that we think is cooler than the rest. This week, our pick of the week is going to my good buddy, Captain Chris Kirby on the charter boat Backlash with this giant triple tail. I don't know the weight of this fish, but it's by far one of the biggest I've ever seen. Great catch, Cap. Well guys, it's about time for me to get back to it. Those fish aren't going to catch themselves. Before we leave you, we do have another giveaway this week donated to us by my favorite tackle shop, the Ship's Chandler of Destin. They are giving away a $50 gift certificate, and all you have to do to have a chance to win is share this video. We will announce the winner on our next show, so be sure to stay tuned. If you enjoyed our show, be sure to click the like and share buttons just below the video and let all your family and friends know about us. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Destin Ultimate Guide and at Get the Coast. If you'd like to book a charter on one of our charter boats, call us at 850-974-0969 or book us online at www.destinultimateguide.com so you can spend less time fishing and more time catching.